on it, it's dead. And so its realm is the realm of the dark. But we can take pictures of them because we strobe the laser light really fast, and even if the condensate's dying, it casts a shadow, and the shadow is frozen in the film.
Wyman and Cornell created the first Bose-Einstein condensate in a cloud of just 3,000 atoms of rubidium, the first in the universe, as far as we know. They had reached a temperature of 170 billionth of a degree above absolute zero.
One of the first things you need to understand about Bose-Einstein condensation is how very, very cold it is. Where we live at room temperature, is far above absolute zero in this field. Imagine that room temperature is represented by London, thousands of kilometers from here. Then on that scale, if we imagine right here where I'm standing in Boulder is absolute zero, the coldest possible temperature, then how close are we to absolute zero? If we think of London as being room temperature and right where I am is absolute zero, then Bose-Einstein condensation occurs just the thickness of this pencil lead away from absolute zero.
Within weeks of the Boulder Group's success, Wolfgang Kesseler produced an even larger condensate from 10 million sodium atoms. At last, quantum mechanics was more than just theoretical mumbo-jumbo. It was something that could be seen with the naked eye. Wyman, Cornell, and Kesseler shared the Nobel Prize for Physics in 2001.
One of the things the Nobel Prize means in the ceremony is that everybody remembers Eric, the person who forgot to bow to the king.
There was a breakdown of protocol on my part. There was no excuse because they actually drill us. It's more like a series of rehearsals practicing how to bow to the king. I somehow managed to balance it up at the last possible moment. And I thought maybe, Carl, who came after me, would make the same mistake, and then no one would figure it out. But no, he was perfect.
I heard about the Nobel Prize when I was woken up by a telephone call, which was at, I think, 5:30 in the morning. You wake up, you go to the telephone, and somebody tells you, congratulations, you've won the Nobel Prize. You're still tired, your brain is not fully functional, but you realize this is big, and what you feel is pride for MIT, your collaborators, for yourself. It's wonderful to see that your work gets recognized and acknowledged in this way.
Like any great adventure, the pursuit of science offers no guarantee of success. But for the godfather of ultra-cold atoms, persistence eventually paid off. After 20 years of struggling to obtain a condensate in hydrogen, Dan Trefner finally succeeded. For a few fleeting moments, his dream came true.
Because we were delighted, and I think everyone was delighted, because we've been working on it for so long. It's kind of embarrassing to have this group which helped start the work and is working away there fruitlessly while everyone is enjoying success. When we got it, everyone was happy.
To see that an effort which lasted for 20 years, which took so much patience, frustration, and tenacity, to see that succeed is just emotional, it's liberating. I will never forget the standing ovation which Dan Trefner received at the Vienna Summer School when he announced Bose-Einstein condensation in hydrogen.
Everybody just got up and gave sort of like an opera where everybody just cheered and people were crying because everybody realized that they had finished the race, but too late, and it wasn't going to work out. But in some sense, they had really stimulated the whole field. So it was very moving moment.
For the pioneers who had realized Einstein's dream and created condensates, it was the end of an extraordinary decade of physics. Now there was a new challenge: to work out what to do with them. At Harvard, A Danish scientist, Lina